Let's look at a couple things that we can add to the rolling ball template to make it a more exciting game. This is just to give you some ideas of content that you can add. I'm going to delete the rolling template text by selecting it, pressing delete, and I'm not going to really give a play-by-play of the keystrokes except where necessary. We've worked through several of the skills needed to add content and to change the game around. So right away when I see a game like this, I think, you know what would be fun is some kind of ramp and some kind of interactivity on the level. Now these boxes are movable, and they're not static. They're static meshes, but they can be moved if you run the ball into them. For instance, when I play the game, if I just run the ball forward and hit them, it'll knock them over. I guess I have to hit it a little bit harder. So I thought it might be fun to have some kind of obstacles that you have to break through, and maybe a couple ramps. Let's look at making a ramp first. I'm going to use the geometry and grab a box brush, drag that in, and immediately I have a box that has the default material on it, and I'm going to go to edit mode, geometry editing, select two of the points. So I'm going to left click on the top one and then control left click over here on the top right and drag those two down to make kind of a ramp. Bring that down quite a ways there. There we go. So they're right up on the other one, and then I'm going to come over here and select this side by left clicking, holding down the control key, and then drag. Oh, I think I lost my selection there, so let's try that again. Left click, left click, left click, one last time. There we go, and then drag that out to smooth it out a little bit, and let's see what that looks like. Nice. Okay, I'm going to come back here to place mode so I can move the whole thing over, and let's see what it looks like if we go up this ramp and run into that. Let's see how that looks. Nice. Excellent. So I definitely want to use one of those in game. Maybe what I can do to make it necessary to go up that ramp is to grab a coin and drag it over and put it right here. So you just absolutely must go up the ramp to grab that coin, otherwise you won't complete the level. So let's see how that goes. There we go. Perfect. And then we get this effect of hitting the boxes, which is kind of fun. Other things you can do is add several coins over on one of these ramps. So select one, Alt, hold down Alt, and left drag over, and you can put one here, Alt, drag over there, like so, and just make it so that the player has to go up this ramp in the back, and be sure to pay attention to where they're positioned at so that it's not impossible to get them. Or you could even add a ramp on the ramp, so they have to go up the ramp to get them, and you can put them directly in line if you like, or you can stagger them to make it more difficult for the player. One thing I thought of would be really cool is if we put a coin up here, so on top of that box, and then made it so that the player had to somehow get up there to get it. So how could we do that? We could duplicate this ramp, so I can select that brush and Alt left click, make a duplicate of it, bring it over here, and bring it over here. Go to rotate mode with the space bar, rotate it 90 degrees, back to placement mode, and something like that maybe. And I think I'll edit it so it's a little bit wider and taller, obviously, so that we can aim to get up here. So let's go to edit mode and select the top group of vertices, drag them up, and let's see here. We might have to stretch this out a little bit. So I think what I'll do is I'll just select these. That'll make it easier. So that's control left clicking and drag those over here. Add a little less of an incline. Then I'll select this one, and these. Drag them out like that to widen that up. and then come back to place mode and position that a little bit better. And let's play test that and see what happens. So come over here. All right, this is going to be tough. Well, I think it's going to be possible to get up there, but not easy. So continue to develop this idea. It's kind of hard the way the camera is. Let's see. I think I'm going to do it this time. Oh, I just missed it. Anyway, I think it can be done. Make sure you play test it enough so that you can ensure that you can complete each objective. These definitely need something in front of them so that you have to roll into those to smash that stack. That would be a lot of fun. So let's see here. Move that over and that. And let's play test that and see what happens. And we'll have to put a coin in front of that to make it so that the player has to go up that. This game's actually getting kind of difficult. And let's see. Anyway, I just wanted to throw out a couple ideas for you to get you started. There we go. To get you started modifying the rolling ball level, you can add all kinds of content. You can put in walls and channels that the player has to go and make sort of a maze. Really, the design of it's up to you. Make sure you play test it though, and ensure that the objectives can be met. You can always add more time. However, you probably want to keep the time under something like 100 seconds because the game may get to be too difficult and the player might lose interest. So we want the game to be kind of casual, that you can jump in, play it, and not be overwhelmed with the complexity of it. That's about all I wanted to add. Have fun and happy modding on the game, and I look forward to seeing what you create.